Hello, 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 my dear friends of the Utterly Chaos. How are you today? Let's see that we can get this thing recorded before the big thunderstorm comes here. Um, I am here with a question that I always ask you for quite a few weeks now. Do you know your Bazi? You may know the animal sign that your Chinese horoscope animal sign that you were born under in the year. But do you also know that you have also an animal in your month, your day, and your hour? And that they are really important for your path in life because it's about those four animals, how they play together. That's why it's called Bazi, 8 characters, sometimes also called 4 pillars of destiny. So would you like to know more about them? Well, let me know in the comments if you do. And my name is Sandra, and I've been teaching and consulting Feng Shui now for nearly 20 years, first in Germany and now here in beautiful New Zealand. And one thing about the Bazi, I also want to clarify that there is an old way and that there is a modern way. So the old way was quite fatalistic and closed-ended and unactionable. It was all about, no, if you don't have a wealth element, then just start praying because you won't get rich. But the modern way is far more objective. So it's more educational, it's more actionable, open-ended. It is a projection, yes. It's like I always compare it with a card game. It's the hand of cards that you've been given when you were born through the Bazi. But it's also about how you play it. It's also about the player before and after you, the cards that they have. So what are the players around you? All of this has an influence on your life's path. So the Bazi is the cards that you've been given and you decide how you play it. Okay, so that means that nothing is fatalistic. You can change, and we're coming to that soon. So you see, your Chinese horoscope looks a little bit like this. Okay, it's 4 pillars of destiny as it is shown here. So, what is a pillar? A pillar is a combination of heavenly stem, what you may know as the 10 elements. So, 5 elements with a yin and yang orientation, that will be the orange field, and the earthly branches, what you know as the 12 animal signs, which will be the green field underneath. The importance now lies in the play of those 4 animals and those 10 elements. Those in your year, month, day, and hour pillar. Are they friends? Are they enemies? What elements are present? Which are missing? What is the easiest way for you to find your path? And what are the challenges for you? And so the last few videos, what we did there, we had a look into the year pillar, which was your social circle, and the month pillar, which had to do with your career and your wealth. And today we're going to look into the day pillar. So the day pillar is an extremely interesting pillar. It really is. It's just so fascinating. The day pillar also contains your feng shui or self element. So this is what we call the self element that you find up there. And already I talked about in the month pillar, do you remember? I talked about the seasonality of the month pillar. So you have been given an element, a self element, feng shui element, day master. There are many names for it. This element, it depends on the month pillar, how strong this element is. So in the season that you were born in, so let's say you have a fire element and you were born in summer, it has a different quality as if you have a fire self element and you were born in winter. Logical, right? Okay. But don't judge it. Please don't judge it. It just means that there are different qualities. Just don't judge it. Okay. So, and the self element really gives you insight into your personality and your characteristics. And the other part, the green part, actually, da 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 da, this is the so-called spouse palace. Okay, so let's have a look at the pillar in its whole, the self palace and the spouse palace. Okay. Um, to your relationship itself, the spouse palace is really important. And to your spouse, your self element is more important. Just for now, so that I get it out of it. So this tells a lot about you. It gives you, as I said before, insight in your personality characteristics, who we are. Okay, and the day master, the element, the self element, is driving the pillar. It's actually driving your whole nature. So this self element really tells us actually more about yourself than the year pillar does. And of course, the combination of the self element, what the self element tells us about our inner nature, with the year pillar, which tells us about our outer nature. So that combination, this is where it gets really, really interesting. So if you have, let's say, a similar day and year pillar, it means you are what people see. You get what you see, because outside and inside are the same. If they're not, let's see, how do the elements complement each other? How do the animals complement each other? So it's really interesting. The day pillar tells us so much more about ourselves than actually the year pillar does. Maybe you start understanding now that the horoscope, the BaZi, the Chinese horoscope, is not just the 1 year that you're born in. There's just so much more to it. It's really fascinating. So the day of birth, the day pillar, is representing who you are on a fundamental level, your inner nature, and what makes you so unique, and also representing your love life. So the animal that's in your spouse palace really has to do with your love life. Look at the animal there and the qualities of this animal, and this will also have a very strong influence on your relationship. And of course, your spouse's day pillar. How are you getting on with your spouse's day pillar? So you see, this is so much deeper than just the quality of your year animal. So what do you think so far? Is that interesting or not? I find it intriguingly interesting. I just love to dive into that one. So if you want to know more, just follow my upcoming series here on this channel, where I introduce the quality of each of the pillars to you, and the quality of each of the animals, what to look out for, what it represents, how it can show you your path of least resistance. And as I said, it really depends on the play of these animals each other. And I want you to always remember, apart from the fact that we're having these 4 pillars, the heaven luck, your BaZi, makes only 33% of your luck. The other 66% come from your environment, or earth luck, or Feng Shui, or your man luck, which is your choices, your beliefs, thoughts, and behaviors, the so-called Trinity of Feng Shui. Nothing is written in stone. You are able to change, right? And your BaZi can tell you when and what to change. When is it easier and when it's not worth even trying to bump your head against the proverbial wall. So in the end, as I always say, it is all about doing the right thing at the right place at the right time. And if you're ready, in my next video, I will show you what the hour pillar can tell you about yourself. This is going to be fascinating. The hour pillar in the next one is just, it's just really, I find it fascinating what it can give to you. Whoops, what's happening here? A lot is happening here at the moment. Rain is coming. Oh my God, it's all good. So yes, watch the ones before, the month pillar and the year pillar. And then let's dive deeper in our next video into the hour pillar. Okay? Well, the thunderstorm is coming, so let's just go a little bit more into the back, and I'm finished anyway. So let me know in the comments what you think. And if you like what you see and what you hear, like it, share it, subscribe to it. Let me know in the comments what you're doing with it and whether it's useful or not. I really want to hear from you what you're thinking. And I'm looking forward to our next video where we're looking into the hour pillar. Spoiler alert, it has to do with your dreams and aspirations. I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you too. See you there. Bye.